Hey everybody, Ann here, just sitting here having my coffee. I've got breakfast on the wood-burning stove and it's going to be yummy today. It is a brisk morning and this is the first time I've lit a fire in a couple of weeks. And it's cold, but it's going to be sunny. So there's going to be some things going on this little homestead today. And I'm pretty happy about it. But first, I gotta get some breakfast in me. Look at you guys. Cherry, I'm going to call these cherry tornadoes. Just cherry pie filling on the inside. Sprinkle a little powdered sugar over the top. And yeah, maybe 3 is excessive, but I'm hungry and I wanted something sweet. Let's see how they taste. Look. Doesn't that look good? Perfect. Looky, they're bush hogging my weeds. They came and told me a couple days ago they were going to do this. Somebody from the utility company, because all that junk is right underneath the power line. So they are bush hogging it off. And I'm pretty happy. And I know Mr. Lucas is going to be happy because he complained about that corner all the time. Would you look at that? They did that in just a span of a few minutes. And they even did a little extra for me on this part of the drive. And I have discovered that my property extends further than I thought. I thought that this corner all belonged to that property. And I thought, well, it was their responsibility to keep up with it. But no, look at this. This is a property marker. So that means all the way up to here, and then going kind of catty corner down to that no trespassing sign is my property. So I don't know. I got more land than I thought. Cool. It sure looks a whole lot better. I don't know. Maybe I could put maybe like a little vegetable stand there. I don't know. Sell eggs. A little cart or something. Park it there. I don't know if I'm allowed, but I mean, there's a lot more space there. Look at here. See anybody you recognize? That right there is Cayenne. And this one, I don't know what kind of chicken it is, but this rooster here is one of the original Rockies. They called him Roman, one of his kids, and I don't know if you can see it. Well, first of all, he's got frostbite. He's got a big, huge comb. And that happens sometimes. So there's no swelling. There's no signs of infection. So I'm going to see how much is going to generate back. Some of it may fall off. I may have to cut some of it off. But he's eating and drinking. He's doing okay. This rooster here has some beautiful colors. You can't see it all. He's got some turquoise. He's got some purple hues. But I need to get them into this rooster coop that is now empty. And I'll tell you about that in a minute, so that they can kind of settle in. Okay, they're all in. I'm going to keep them in here for at least 2 days, if not 3. They've got food and water in here. It's plenty warm in here, and it's more compact of an area for them to roost in overnight, so they'll be able to retain more of the heat. So I'll be checking on them several times today to make sure they're okay. I'll be glad when they can get up on the roost. Whew, it's kind of chilly outside today. So while those new chickens, one rooster, are getting used to things, I need to find my machete and go take down the rest of that stuff by that pole down by the street. So I'm thinking that stuff over there, that stuff up there, that stuff up there, over here. Gosh, I wish I could find my tripod. You guys could watch me do it, but I don't know where it's at. Much better. Yeah, a lot of that stuff that was in there was raspberry vines, and they've got all those stickers on them. I just gathered it over there. I'll probably pull it off to the side and burn it. But it looks a whole lot better, doesn't it? I think it does. I figured as long as I'm here, I'll go ahead and clean up this area. Anything viney, I took all the vines off because it's just poison ivy. Pulled it over here, probably set it on fire at some point. But at least it's cleaner this whole corner. Back inside, just taking a little break. And there's Papa. Oh, yeah, he knows I'm talking about him. I just love that dog so much. And to think, I just watch him and he's comfortable and he's happy here. And to think when I found him, well, when he found me a couple years ago in January, not last January, but the January before, he was sleeping rough. You remember he was covered in ticks and he had been out in the woods for God knows how long. And now he's here. I think he's happy. Anyway, okay, the story behind the new flock and the roosters. Neighbor dude called me last night and wanted to know if I would be able to take on his chickens, his rooster and 2 hens, because he and his wife and kids, they've just got a full schedule right now. He gets up at the crack of dawn, before the crack of dawn, and gets off to work, and then the wife gets the kids to school and she heads off to work herself as well. And when they come home, they're exhausted and they just didn't feel like they could spend the time with the chickens that they need. And the rooster had gotten frostbitten. And you know what, just to tell you, Romeo gets a touch of frostbite every year on the tips of his comb. Any poultry that has like a big comb is susceptible to that. The only difference with Romeo is he's got a huge flock of hens to snuggle up next to and keep warm. So they were in a large, wonderful, wonderful coop, and but there just weren't enough in there to generate the heat. So he just wanted to see if I could take him on, and I said yes. But then I had to figure out where I was going to put him. I didn't want to put him in the rooster pen because of his comb. They'd pick on him, I thought. And I really didn't want to separate the flock, so I figured I need to get rid of those roosters. I had been keeping them to harvest them for their meat, but right now I am stocked up on chicken. I got all kinds of chicken. So I called my old neighbors, Doug and Violet, and I asked them if they wanted the 4 roosters, and they did, and they will harvest them for me. So Doug came over today, and we wrangled the roosters. He took them home. I fixed up the inside of that coop and put some food and water in there for the new flock, and I went over there and got them all, brought them back, and put them in there, and they're doing great right now. I put some scratch out for them, and the rooster, I've given the rooster a name. His name is Punji, Punji, after my uncle, my dad's brother. My mom and dad called me today, and they said, we want to suggest a name for one of your chickens, probably a male. And they said Punji, and I thought, Uncle Punji, oh my gosh, yes, that would be great. And I've got the perfect male poultry to apply that name to. So the new rooster is Punji, and he is a beautiful rooster. He is tid-bidden for his hens. He's a very sweet, sweet rooster. So I'm going to keep that flock together and add to it as time goes by. I didn't want to separate them. I just didn't want to separate them. So that's where they are, and that's where they're going to stay, and I'm going to keep them together. So all is well on the Ann's Tiny Life Homestead. I needed to go into town because I need to get some more chicken feed. I got a little bit left, though. I don't really want to leave because I have a very important delivery that's coming today, something that I've wanted for a long time and needed, and I don't want to leave it out. So I have to be here when it arrives, and I don't know what time. It could be later this evening. So I think I'll just go to town tomorrow. Yeah, the chicken's got enough food for right now, and everybody is doing great. Ginger is doing great. She was the first one out of the gate today, so that's awesome. Anyhow, you know what? That's all I got for you guys today. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and y'all have a good one.